Hello, sister. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here it is, the faith wave. Are you ready? I don't know if I'm ready, but I know it's time. So, yesterday I received a transmission all about the faith wave, and this is a new codex that's dropping in for the feminine collective right now to really lean in and to tap into what it means to ride a faith wave and to be immersed in the frequency of a faith wave, and how when you are in a wave such as this, it is really a miraculous frequency. So, what is the faith wave? Well, when you are in a wave of faith, it really is a portal of transformation and initiation into your next greatest level by power and conviction in your faith. So the power comes from your faith, your connection to God, and allowing your relationship with faith to strengthen and to carry you through the wave, allowing you to be in the wave without resistance and to feel calm, even though you're in the wave and you're in the uncertainty. And so when you're in a faith wave where, like, say you have an experience in your life and you're like, I don't really know how this is going to shake out. I don't have all the details yet. God hasn't dropped it in. I'm not sure what's happening next. All I know is that I'm here and I'm in this wave and I have my faith and I trust God and I trust that God's going to provide the information, the resources, the tools, the opportunity, the downloads, the keys that I need when I need it, right? And that need to know basis. You're on that need to know basis and you trust that. However, there's a new energy coming in where we are entering into uncharted territory. We all have faith. You know, you wouldn't be here listening to this if you didn't have some kind of faith. You've gone through the breakthrough, you've gone through the experiences where the faith got you through, the miracle happened, right? Well, collectively, right now, there are a lot of people who are disconnected from their faith. And, you know, in many regards, it's like, I understand that. Of course, we have compassion for this. And so God is inviting us as feminine leaders here who are here to change the environment around us simply by being ourselves and being in our own leadership and our families and our communities and, you know, our businesses, wherever we find ourselves to be. God is calling us forward to be more convicted in our faith, to be that lighthouse and to be that example of what true faith can create and the comfort and the peace that it brings in when you are in your faith. So I received this transmission yesterday, and I'm in a faith wave right now, and I received this download around the faith wave and to bring this transmission through, right? So I bring this in, and then in real time, I'm getting confronted, deeply confronted with something that's trying to break me a little bit and have me collapse out while I'm writing the transmission. And I said, paused it. I said, no, I'm going to finish this. This is important. I finished it, and then I went and had this deep process. Well, little did I know that today I would be guided to bring forward this immersion called the Faith Wave. And I didn't know it was going to be a container, right? But it just popped in, and God is guiding me to do something that's very edgy, that is an edge for me, and is going to create such a powerful atmosphere of faith and miracles and energy of conviction and faith in God that really allows you to stabilize and to be able to withstand the faith wave, whether you're in one now or you could feel one coming, or you know, right, that you're being called forward, called deeper, to trust in the uncertainty, to trust in the uncharted territory that's happening in your life. And of course, collectively, we're all there, right? We can understand that. And so as we step into the faith wave, it's all about listening and trusting, and where can we strengthen the conviction? So I am in a faith wave right now where I'm completing a 2-year cycle, a 2-year process that I have been living. And I'm just going to share a bit of that here so you can understand, like, the depth of, like, what I am tying together and what I'm inviting you into. So almost 2 years ago, I left my island home, my sanctuary home in Daniel Island, South Carolina, to get on the road for this RV grid work pilgrimage, to travel around the country, to do grid work all over the country. My partner and I, you know, we sold everything closed down our healing business, put the rest of our stuff in storage, bought an RV, began the adventure that began on the spring equinox of 2023. How beautiful, right? So we started that, and we've been traveling around the country doing grid work in this frequency of pure faith, living in uncertainty 24/7, not knowing where we're being called to next, how we're going to get there, how we're going to be supported, all of that, right? Other than just trusting God and trusting that God's plan for us would provide us what we needed. And sometimes it got really rocky. I'm going to be transparent. I'm going to be a lot more transparent in the faith wave when I share these testimonies and these stories of things that have happened that I haven't ever shared before, right? That hold codes of faith and conviction and miracle frequencies to activate your own wave of faith that you are connected to. So anyway, we have been traveling, and of course we've been called to Florida. If you've been following my journey, you know that I'm in Florida now, and I haven't really shared much personally around what's happened since I got to Florida. Well, clearly I'm not in an RV. I'm in a beautiful apartment that a dear soul brother has invited us into his home, and it's been a very magical experience. I'll share more about that in the faith wave of how that all happened, of this transition. But we're at the point now where God has officially closed the door to the RV pilgrimage, and the RV is in storage. And we've received our next assignment, and we are preparing to go and live, to be redomesticated. Okay, so we've been out in the wilderness for the last 2 years, and now we've been slowly transitioning into, kind of normal, regular life, spaciousness, things like that. And we're being called into our next assignment to land, to put some roots down. We don't know for how long we'll be there. We don't know where we're going to live. We don't know how it's all going to happen. And we have from this day, like 18 days to receive all of that and work with God to drop in and to take the inspired action. So God is inviting me, asking me to lead this experience where you're going to walk with me in my faith wave. Now, this faith wave has been building the entire time, because as soon as we got into the RV, there was a part of me couldn't wait until this moment of moving back into our own home, not just like, a place where, we're stopping for a night, or even like someone else's home like this who are, it's just part of the transition, right? But our own space to call home. And how would this happen? And where would it be? And when would it happen? And right. And so it's really beautiful, because it's just dropped in that we are going to be moving into our new home on the spring equinox of this year. And so that is a 2-year cycle from the 2-year point of when we left our last home and to moving into our new home now. We didn't plan it that way. That's just the timing of how all of this is going down. But as of right now, we don't know where we're going to be living. We don't know how it's going to drop in. We don't know how long we're committed to staying there. There's this whole experience around this, and God is inviting me to invite you into this faith wave. And so every day beginning March 11th, I'm going to be bringing in energetic transmissions and whatever else God has planned. It's big, sisters. I'll just say that it is big. Whatever else God has planned for me to drop in and share with you to support you. And so what God has instructed for me, because I have full faith that God is going to provide us the place. It's already there, that there is a home waiting for us, and it's all going to drop in. But right now, it's not clear. And it's interesting, because as I was sharing with a dear sister of mine today, she's like, you're just so convicted in your faith. You're calm. Like there's no sense of like fear. Like I don't feel any of that. I feel like you just know. And I was like, yeah, I do. Even though I have no place to live, and God has said, no, you're not living in the RV again. That's not a thing to fall back on. That chapter is closed. So there's a lot of different other things happening. And so tonight, God has given me the download and the codex for the faith wave, and that this is going to create an atmosphere of deep faith and conviction for you. So if you have struggled with your faith, if you have lost faith or lost hope in things, if you want to strengthen it for not only yourself, but for your family, this is really important as feminine leaders. Faith is the foundation of leadership, of having that faith, not only, with God, but in yourself, of having faith in yourself. I've always had faith in God. I haven't always had faith in myself. And that is what really God has been cultivating within me for quite some time now. For 2 years, this is what I've been cultivating. And in this container, I'm going to bring it home. I'm going to bring it in. You're going to learn some things that have helped me go deeper into my conviction with God and to allow Christ to hold my inner Sophia, the feminine, to really be held and be in that faith and in that trust and understanding how this all works and how faith is the foundation to leadership, but it's also the foundation to experiencing more miracles. And so when you're in faith and you're praying for yourself and for others, this miraculous energy comes in and it's connected into all of these different things. And when you're deep in a faith wave where you're like, I have no idea how this is going to work out. I have no idea what God's going to do. I can't figure it out. I can't do anything but be here and be present and listen and take the action and listen and trust God and trust my feminine heart to lead me, to guide me, and to receive from God and to allow the Holy Spirit to come in and to really open me up and expand who I am and who I am convicted in my faith. And may I be that reflection. May I be that beacon of light for everyone around me so that they may come into their own faith and strengthen in that conviction. And so that's what we're going to be doing inside the faith wave. I'm going to be dropping in transmissions every day for 14 days in real time. You're going to be walking with me as I go in through this faith wave. So it's really interesting because I'm like, okay, great. That sounds wonderful. And it's like, oh my gosh, I'm being witnessed in the biggest faith wave I've ever been in my life, ever. And what God instructed and shared with me is that He wants to prepare the feminine collective for what is coming, and that we're all being called forward deeper into our faith. And when we strengthen our faith collectively, it creates a ripple effect. And that is why God is asking me to hold this, to lead by example, to do my part, to, be that pillar here for all of us who are feeling maybe a little wobbly in our faith, or know that, yeah, there's room to strengthen it for sure. Seeing what's happening in the world, how people are being impacted, affected. This container is going to give you the opportunity to strengthen your faith, to strengthen how you pray, how you receive God's guidance, how you can trust yourself, how you can trust your own medicine. It's going to allow you to feel more at peace and more stabilized in your conviction. So that way, no matter what's happening in the wave around you, God's got me, and I know that God's going to provide this for me, and I don't need to figure it out. All I need to do is to trust, to receive, and pick up on the subtle cues from my body, because as God communicates, your body is trying to communicate to you, and it's going to strengthen your intuition as well. So if you're feeling like this is something that you are being called into because you can feel your own mission, your own destiny calling you forward into having greater faith and believing not only in God and what God can do for you, but also who you are and having deeper faith in yourself and what you are capable of, this container is going to completely transform that relationship with you. It is literally transforming me. I'm going through a real-time rapid transformation. A sanctuary of Sophia rebirths as the ministry that she is for the feminine and for allowing women to really step into their leadership like you in a new, deeper way, provided by the provision, the architecture, and the grace of God. So if you'd like to join, I would love to have you there. I would love to have you be a part of it. I am going to drop the link with all of the details. We're going to start on March 11th and we're going to go through the 24th. It's going to be held on Telegram. So I'll be dropping live transmissions, which means there's no time frame. You just pop in, you receive them. The other thing is God is instructing me to hold prayers for you. So part of the experience is you're going to be able to put in your prayers, and we're going to gather together as women and pray for each other. This is profound and life-changing. It's part of my ministry to pray for women. Women come to me all the time. We're like, Alasia, can you pray for me? I have this thing going on. And then they literally get back to me a day or two later saying, oh my God, I had the breakthrough. Thank you for praying for me. This is just part of my medicine and what I do and my connection. And I would love to invite you into this space. If you've been praying, if you have some miracles that you're calling in for yourself, for your family, your loved ones, I'd love to be able to pray for you as part of this experience. And I'd love to witness you in your breakthrough as this happens, because it's not just an idea or like, I hope this happens. It's like, no, I know God's going to come through. It's not a matter of if, it's only a matter of when it happens. And this is going to be a miraculous container that truly just like lifts out the bondage around faith and around the power of faith outside of, religious institutions and all that stuff. This is about connecting into the one true living God source, to Christ, to Sophia, and to allowing the Christ energy to hold this space and to exemplify what it means to be in leadership and to walk with faith and to allow the faith to carry you through the faith wave. It's going to be a really powerful atmosphere. It's going to be a powerful container. We're going to be able to drop in, receive, and to be held in it. So that's what's here. I'd love to invite you to join me, and I'll pop the details there below. Thank you so much. It's going to be so epic. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you for witnessing me on my journey so far. I don't know what's about to happen, but I'm excited to do it, and I'm excited to experience it with you and to welcome in all the miracles that are going to come from this space, because God has shown me how profound and deep the impact is going to be from us doing this work together. So I thank you in advance, sister, and I will speak to you really soon.